Good morning, Sherry here from the Delish Diet. And this morning I am going to be chatting with you about the quality of the questions that we ask ourselves when it comes to letting the weight go. And this is in the basically this whole entire week. What I'm going over is certain questions that you may be asking yourself or certain thoughts that you're having that are stopping you from being able to lose the weight. Now, your body speaks your mind. So if you are struggling with your weight and it feels like you're doing everything right, but nothing works, then the series that I'm doing this week is exactly what you need. So on Monday and Tuesday, I covered a couple other, here comes my cat again. I covered a couple of the other limiting beliefs in the series. So if you have the sense that this is the block to you losing weight, some things that are going on the mental level, then I recommend going back to those videos. All you have to do is go to the sidebar of this page, the Delish Diet page, and click on videos, and you'll be able to see all those videos, plus the videos that I have done in the past on what it takes to really lose the weight. So today, we're going to be turning around a question that people often ask themselves. Or basically, we're going to look at what the thought is, okay? And then look at the quality of the questions that we're asking ourselves and what that's actually creating in our lives. So the thing that people often say is that they sort of make a command to their mind. And it's in the form of the question of what's wrong with my body? And when you ask a question, you have a tendency to look for evidence in your life to prove that you're right. So if you're saying, what's wrong with my body? Well, then you're going to find things to be wrong with your body. You're going to find, you ask the question, then you get to experience some answers. Your mind will literally go looking for things that are wrong with your body. This is just basically how the human mind works. We look for the evidence that we're right. We have, as a human, tendency to want to be right. So this can work not in our favor when we're not asking the right questions. So I'm just going to turn this question around. So this is one of the ways that you can deprogram your mind. So you have to stop thinking the same thoughts and you have to stop asking the same questions. So instead of asking the question, what's wrong with my body that it won't let me let go of this weight? You can ask yourself, I wish you could see, because I'm my little kitty here, because she's beyond low, I can see the banner. You say hi, baby? You say hi? So cute. When you're asking yourself a different question, you start to open to the possibility of actually finding out what the answer is. So, and actually finding evidence in your life that there is things that are really right about the fact that your body currently at this moment, which can change on a dime, will not let you let go of the weight despite dieting, exercise, or whatever it is that you're doing to try to lose weight. So the question is, what is right about your body not wanting to let go of the weight? And it really is a good thing, okay? And I know it doesn't feel good, but basically your body is responding to your environment. You have something called a primal brain, and it's this part of you that is like your mammal self. It doesn't know about all the chronic stress of this society. And when you experience chronic stress, your body responds to that by causing you to gain weight. So the question becomes, what's right about not being able to lose the weight? What's right about it is that it's telling you that something is out of alignment in your life. Yes, it could be your diet. It could be your lifestyle, but it could be the trajectory of the life that you're living into that is not right for you. You may be not on the right path in your life. You may be in a situation that is hurtful to you, harmful to you. You're not on purpose. You're not living your dreams. You're stuck in a job you hate. You're stuck in a relationship that's not helping you to grow. All of these things become chronic stresses. And so the fact that your body is holding on to weight is an opportunity for you to ask the question, what chronic stresses do I have happening in my life that are basically my body is screaming to me that I'm carrying too much emotional weight, that I'm being dragged down, held back, heavy. What on that level needs to shift so that I can let go of the weight? Hi, baby. So there are many, many ways that your body speaks to you about things being not in alignment in your life, and gaining weight is one of them. So I think most of us can intuitively sense that that's part of the issue. Okay. We have it's an intuitive thing, because I'm talking about energy. I am talking about the sense that we have of carrying weight metaphorically. That could be the weight of the world on your shoulders. Okay. So how does that happen on the physiological level? Well, you just need so many kisses. What's happening is, because your body believes that you are in a chronic state of stress, because you would be, right? If you were living not the life of your dreams, you will be in a state of chronic stress, okay, or depression or something like that. That's emotional weight. And your body your primal brain only knows two chronic stresses, and that is famine and winter. And in both of those situations, your body has to put weight on to protect you. So what is right about not being able to lose the weight is that your body is trying to protect you. It's screaming at you, get back in alignment with your purpose. Get on the path that you're really meant to live in this world, in this life. So physiologically, your body thinks this chronic stress that you're experiencing in your life, and it's different for all of us, is literally a famine or winter. And so it will hold on to that weight until you relieve the chronic stress. So there's this other aspect of the whole concept of your primal brain and how it responds to stress. So you have your chronic stress, which is everything you're going through right now that you're trying to manage rather than actually face and change or transform. Now, if you think about it, if you were to face and transform those things in your life, you're going to have to face acute stress. Okay, so there's chronic stress, things that are happening every single day that are, reducing your quality of life. Then there are acute stresses, to which they're really, really stressful to deal with in the moment, but they actually solve the chronic stresses. So look at your major stresses in life. So say, for example, if you were to be in a job that you didn't love, maybe even you hate it, the chronic stress of that job is going to cause you to gain weight. Now, the acute stress of deciding to change that path to either quitting your job or taking on something, learning something new so that you can have a new job, or starting a business, for example. Now, those are acute stresses. They require you to overcome obstacles, face things, fears that you have never faced before, like public speaking, for example, right? That's an acute stress in the moment, and maybe leading up to it while you're writing your talk, but there's an end to it. That triggers the other aspect of your primal brain, which again, it only thinks that acute stresses are a tiger chasing you. So it's actually safer for you to lose weight if a tiger is chasing you. So you can actually use the stress in your life, instead of letting the chronic stress cause you to gain weight, you can actually embrace acute stress as a strategy to let go of the weight. Okay. So what is right about the fact that you can't lose weight right now? What's right about it is that your body is literally serving your higher purpose. It is saying to you, until you address the chronic stress in your life and get on the path that you're really meant to be on, then I'm sorry, but this is what is going to have to happen. So every single day, you can look at that stress in the form of excess weight on your body and understand what it really means. It doesn't mean that your body, there's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. There's something wrong with your life. You're perfect. Okay, you have the potential to continue to grow and develop, and there's so many different things that you could be experiencing in life that right now are on the back burner. And the weight is there to remind you of whatever it is that you're holding on to from the past that you haven't let go of, so that you can face it head on and then step into the next version of you. And this is how weight loss can be a catalyst for life transformation. Okay, so turning around the question of what is wrong with me or my body to what is right with my body. Isn't it amazing that I was made in such a way that if I go off track, I do something that is not right for my soul, my body will literally tell me. My body will literally keep me accountable to that. So there's nothing wrong with your body. Your body was beautifully made, and it has a message for you, and it's speaking your mind. Okay, so some people, it's not really about this. Their chronic stress is actually that they're really actually choosing the wrong things in terms of what they put in their body, and that becomes a chronic stress, or something in their lifestyle could be a chronic stress. Like, for example, a person who uses a lot of personal care products that are full of xenoestrogens and obesogens. This is a lifestyle factor that is causing toxicity in their body, and their body is interpreting that as chronic stress and holding on to the weight. And of course, there's other physiological aspects to that about why it will actually cause your body to hold on to fat. For example, the toxicity with your liver. And your liver will not let you lose weight if you're toxic. You have to basically get your liver up to speed and able to detoxify while you let go of the weight. If your liver's sluggish, it won't let you let go of that weight because it doesn't have time to deal with the toxins that you stored in your fat cells for the last 20 years or whatever, right? So there's many aspects of this, but the next time you have the thought, what's wrong with me? Why can't I lose weight? What's wrong with my body? And have these thoughts that there's something wrong with you. Remember, that's the symptoms are what's right with you. It's the feedback mechanism that your body has to show you when something isn't right in your life. Just like if you put your hand on a hot stove and it burns and it hurts, the symptom is pain, so that you stop doing that. Okay. So, in some situations, it's not having extra physical weight that people manifest being off track in their life. It can be any disease, dis-ease in the body. It always has a purpose and a message. And your job is to not make that wrong, but to literally dive deeply into it and go into the question of what is it that I need to transform in my life so that I can live my dream life. Because we are not here to be little worker bees for the industrial complex. And people are suffering because of that, right? You're stuck in an office all day, 5 days a week, and you then feel too tired. You don't have enough time to really work on your passions, or you're too depressed to, okay? Now, this is not the case. There's many people that are, they love their job and they fit their passions in around, their 40-hour-a-week job. But when you're miserable for 40 hours every single week, you don't have the energy, the motivation or inspiration, even when you have the time off, to do things for yourself that are positive. So we turn to drugs, we turn to alcohol, we turn to shopping, anything we can do, food, to make us just feel better in the moment. And that short-term gain of pleasure leads to more long-term pain and struggle in our lives. So we don't want to try to use willpower to deal with emotional eating and all these different things. We want to use an acute stress to face and heal and overcome a chronic stress. And you'll hear lots of stories of people having this happen in their life where they're like, oh, I went on a holiday, to Europe for 2 months. And I was totally in this place of new possibility, and I was exploring, and I really found myself and who I am on that trip. And I lost 20 pounds, right? Like, you'll hear things like that. Okay. That's people getting back in tune with their soul and letting go of that chronic stress and stepping out of that cycle that this life is. Okay. So, that actually brings me to another concept. And I'm going to do a video on this. It wasn't one of my 5 thoughts that I was going to cover, but I'm actually going to, this series is going to have to go a little longer. But it's the tendency that we have to ask ourselves, or just to tell ourselves why we can't do something instead of asking ourselves how we can. Okay. So the reason I thought about it was because it jumped into my mind that, somebody might be watching this and feel totally trapped in their reality because they, you're in a lot of debt and you have to have this job just to survive. And you don't see any other way out because you're so burdened by these debts. And, why it came to me is because that's a why I can't thought. And you have to ask yourself how I can. Okay, because let's just face it, the situation, if you're in that situation right now, that's exactly what this society is set up to have you experience, so that you stay in that mold of go to school, get a degree, get a job, get married, have some kids, retire, and then have your life, right? That keeps you, that commercialism, that, giving people loans and mortgages and all these types of things keeps you stuck in that system. Okay. So you need to now think outside of the box if you're not satisfied with that, if you have, too many bills. Okay. I don't know what the answer is for, each individual person. Okay. But for me, in my experience, what my intention is to do is to excessively downsize and simplify my life. Okay. So currently I live in what's it called? It's like a duplex kind of thing. And the rent is $1,900 a month. And that goes into just holding my stuff, right? Like everything I love to do, I can do from a computer in a coffee shop or, in one room in a house. And like, I love to be in the kitchen, to be honest with you, like a kitchen with a bed and a bathtub and, a little desk, that would be fine. And a bed, like literally, that would be my idea of like the perfect house, that everything centers around the kitchen. But my intention is to completely downsize. I have no intention of buying a home and getting a mortgage. My intention is to downsize into like a schoolie or a tiny house or my newest thing is a cargo van with windows designed to be a house where I can literally travel on the road, come to your city and serve people the same way I'm doing right now, but while traveling, living in a portable house, essentially. To me, that's all I need, right? Like the thought that $1,900 a month plus bills goes into just holding stuff, right? Like we have to open our mind to possibilities. There's different ways to live. We don't have to live that, North American dream, which is a nightmare for a lot of people. So consider that. Maybe you could sell your house, pay off all your debt, live on the road, find a job that you can do from a computer. If you believe you can, you desire to do it, and it's on your path, the way will open. Okay, so what message is it that your body is trying to give you when it's telling you, I cannot let go of this weight right now because I need to protect you? I need to protect you because you're in a chronic state of stress. So what is that stress, and what do you need to do to face it head on? And then, of course, get that added benefit of whatever thing you have to do to face it head on will be an acute stress and will actually activate the parts of your primal brain that are going to support you to let go of the weight, because that's safer when you're running from a tiger facing that acute stress. So there we go. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you in the next video tomorrow on the Daily Show. Bye for now. It won't end. The broadcast will not end. It says waiting for Be Live TV. Maybe it has ended and I just don't know it. Nope. It's still going. It's hilarious. Oh, there we go. It's going to let me end. Okay, bye.